Hi everybody, how are we doing? I hope having a good week so far. Today is Wednesday the 15th of October 2014. I've not long just got back from the gym, so hence why I'm doing this video now. But obviously before I even went to the gym, Warners have completely exploded, the internet today, and it was unexpected, but obviously on the back of Marvel announcing that Robert Downey Jr., Tony Stark, Iron Man, is going to appear in Captain America 3. Warner's had the little presentation earlier today and have just decided to say, nice work Marvel, here's what we've got. Now obviously you remember about a month or two ago I did a video where there was a slate of DC movies to be released from 2016 to 2020. A number of those movies were true, some of them aren't. So forget the Flash and Green Lantern team up, that's not happening. We don't know what's going on with Sandman because that's still no word about that. Also, what else? Solo Batman and Superman movies, I'll get to that in a moment, but let me just tell you exactly what Warners are planning. Okay, first off, 3 new Lego movies, okay, to be released between 2016 and 2018. There's going to be a solo Batman movie again for the Lego, and the sequel to the Lego movie itself will be out in 2018. And another Lego movie called Ninja Go is coming out in 2016. So Ninja Go in 2016, Batman in 2017, Lego Movie 2 in 2018. The world of Harry Potter is, obviously, as we already know, is getting extended. J.K. Rowling has been busy getting ready with her, a story known as Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. So they're actually going to make 3 movies of that, okay? The first one is set to be released in 2016, second one in 2018, and the third one in 2020. She's going to be busy. So, and David Yates is going to direct all 3 of those movies. He directed the last 4 Harry Potter movies, by the way, as well. But obviously, the coup de grace, the biggest news of the day from Warner's, comes in the slate that 10 DC movies are going to be released between 2016 and 2020. And this does include Batman vs Superman, Dawn of Justice, okay? I'm going to list them out in the order that they're going to be released. So, in 2016 we're going to have Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. Also in 2016 we're going to have Suicide Squad. Yes, that has now been confirmed, thank God. 2017, finally we get the solo outing that everybody has been wanting for a long time. And not just that, but the first female superhero-led movie as well, to be announced by Warner's. Wonder Woman is going to get her own movie in 2017. Bring it on. Also in 2017, the first Justice League movie. Yeah, that's right, the first Justice League movie. Amy Adams, Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill will be reprising their roles as Lois Lane, Superman, Batman, respectively. Zack Snyder will be directing that one. The Flash. Yes, that's right, The Flash is getting his solo movie in 2018. And a guy by the name, I've never even heard of this guy, a guy by the name of Ezra Miller is playing The Flash. And it's not Wally West. I was hoping it would be, because then, hey, we've already got Barry Allen on TV. But no, Barry Allen is going to appear in film as well. This also takes away all the speculation about Scoot McNairy possibly being The Flash in Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. In 2018 as well, on the back of The Flash, we are finally getting an Aquaman movie. Jason Momoa is going to be playing the King of Atlantis. Bring it on. So that's good. Shazam, as we already know, Dwayne Johnson will be playing Black Adam in said movie. That's released for 2019. Don't get your knickers in a bunch, because even though that's 5 years away, that's not to say that we won't see Dwayne Johnson's Black Adam in other movies before Shazam's, main movie as such. We still don't even know who's going to play Shazam himself anyway. Also in 2019, after Shazam, Justice League Part 2. Also to be directed by Zack Snyder. So yeah, 2 Justice League movies, good lord. 2020, get ready for it, ladies and gentlemen. Cyborg, and rebooted Green Lantern. 2021, get ready for it, ladies and gentlemen. Cyborg, and rebooted Green Lantern. 2022, get ready for it, ladies and gentlemen. Cyborg, and rebooted Green Lantern. 2023, get ready for it, ladies and gentlemen. Cyborg, and rebooted Green Lantern. Wow. And as I mentioned earlier, Superman and Batman will be getting solo movies. They are in development, okay? We haven't had any release dates about those two particular characters in terms of their solo movies. So the direct Man of Steel sequel, even though Batman v Superman is taking place after Man of Steel, but the follow-up to Man of Steel, you know, featuring Superman himself, is going to happen hopefully within, you know, the next sort of 4 to 5 years as such. So there could be a year where we're going to get 3 DC Comics movies. You know, maybe in 2018 we'll have The Flash, Aquaman and Man of Steel 2. 2019 we'll have Shazam, Justice League and, you know, a new Batman film. But I would say between Shazam and Justice League you'll have a Batman film. Same thing with 2018, I would say The Flash, Man of Steel 2 and then Aquaman. Oh my god. So yeah, the internet is just going woo right now, which is awesome. I'm really happy that, you know, we are finally getting a Wonder Woman movie. Plus with Cyborg we are now getting, as a lot of people like to call it, a person of colour film as well. So Warner's have pretty much beaten Marvel in that area. Whether or not Marvel will trump up something even more in the next few days or weeks or months or whatever, who knows, remains to be seen, because we're still waiting for a potential possibly Captain Marvel movie, Black Panther as well. I know a lot of big Marvel fans are wanting Black Panther. So yeah, it's an interesting roadmap. It's obviously, as I say, it's slightly different to what we were told a couple of months back. So a lot to go for, a lot to go for. Going back to The Flash, yes, we know that we've got The Flash on TV, which is doing really well, by the way. Already episode 2, which I'll be reviewing later on. So next video after this will be The Flash review of The Fastest Man Alive. It gained, again, had over 4 million views last night, which is pretty impressive for a TV show. So let's not take the limelight away from the TV show. The movie is, you know, 4 years away, so there's plenty of time to get stuff sorted. So yeah, so I wouldn't worry too. I'm slightly worried that now, you know, yeah, now we've got 2 Flashes. But then think about it. In 2006 we had Smallville and Superman Returns. So there. so I wouldn't worry too much about it that we're now going to get 2 Barry Allens appearing, one on the small screen, one on the big screen. Well, we've had how many iterations of Clark Kent over the past, you know, 30 odd years, 40 years nearly. So yeah, I would not worry too much about it, to be fair. So it's a lot to play for. Warner's are really taking some risks now, which is good. It's good to see that they've got the guts, but I wouldn't call it a case of too little too late. You know, big things are going to happen, and as I'm looking at the list right now on my computer screen here, it's just incredible. It is absolutely incredible just seeing that Batman v Superman, Suicide Squad. Let me talk about Suicide Squad already, because if Harley Quinn does not appear in this movie, along with Deadshot, Deathstroke possibly as well, King Shark as well, I would imagine, and you know, a few other characters, you know, it would be mind-blowing and a major suck if you don't include Harley Quinn. You have to have Harley Quinn, and we have to have some form of the Joker as well at some point. Villain-wise, okay. Let me tell you a little theory that I had at work today, because I was talking to one of my friends at work, and we were discussing all these different TV shows: Arrow, The Flash, Constantine, Gotham, Batman v Superman, Man of Steel and all that sort of stuff. Suicide Squad was mentioned briefly, and also Wonder Woman. And I got to thinking, I basically said to myself, right, we've got all these different universes. Gotham's its own universe, The Flash and Arrow are in their universe. Constantine is in its own universe as well. Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and all of them, they're all in their universe as well. What if, just hear me out here, what if all of these different universes are actually part of a multiverse? And the reason I say that is because there is a multiverse in the New 52 in DC Comics, and the planet of Apocalypse exists outside of that multiverse. I think you can get what I'm saying here, okay? It is possible to have 2 Barry Allens, 2 Supermans, 2 Batmans, 2 Wonder Womans, however many you need, or however many you want. So we could potentially connect all of these universes together just with Darkseid alone. Just Darkseid alone. Oh my god, imagine. Just imagine. Like literally just imagine. Okay, we know that Gotham takes place before Bruce Wayne becomes Batman, but again, what's to say that Darkseid isn't aware of the presence of Bruce Wayne? Arrow and the Flash. We already know that time travel is possible on the Flash. Arrow as well can lead into things like supernatural related stuff, and then that's where we get Constantine as well, you know, and then obviously the DC cinematic universe as well. What is to stop Warner's from turning around and saying, okay, we've got all of these properties, all of these universes, why can't we have the one common enemy that is already existing in the comics? If 52 different universes can have one Darkseid, that's all I'm going to say. So, yeah, it's an interesting theory. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just throwing it out there. It's a far-fetched theory, especially for TV and movies, but who knows? That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm prepared. I'm ready. I'm waiting to see what cast we're going to get for Suicide Squad, what the story's going to be for Wonder Woman. Charles Roven, who's producing Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, and who also produced all the 3 Dark Knight trilogies with Christopher Nolan, stated a few comments earlier this week, mostly about Ben Affleck and why he was chosen for Batman, which, you know, we won't get too much into. But he also said that Wonder Woman is going to be a demigod, so her origin is going to be of that from the New 52. So her dad is Zeus, her mother is Hippolyta. She is a demigod. Great, thank you. Thank God for that, because we were a bit worried that she was going to be a descendant of a Kryptonian that landed on Earth 20,000 years ago, and then that's how, you know, the likes of Wonder Woman and everybody else came to existence. But no, they have said she is going to be a demigod, so that's good. So good Greek mythology background has been solidified for War Diana Prince here, so that's good. Yeah, flipping out. I've been going for 15.5 minutes here. But no, seriously, I'm absolutely stoked. I'm still a bit worried about the likes of Green Lantern in particular. I know a lot of people would like to see Jon Stewart as opposed to Hal Jordan. I wouldn't be against it, because I would love to see Jon Stewart on the big screen. I think it's time that he had his chance, you know, on the big screen as well. Cyborg, as I say, person of colour there, and we already know who's playing Cyborg, Ray Fisher, because he's going to appear in Batman v Superman as well. So, the way I see it, whilst Man of Steel was like the platform, the foundation for the universe, Batman v Superman is going to be the next level up. We are going to see, hopefully, we know that we're going to see Wonder Woman, we know that we're going to see Cyborg as well, but what's to stop them bringing in brief cameo appearances for Shazam, Black Adam, and possibly even Green Lantern as well, Aquaman as well. You know, all of these characters, they are now building the universe, they're expanding. What's to stop Warner's from saying, right, let's have this person here appear here, or let's do a little nod to this character over here. It's not unheard of. You know, Marvel have done it as well. DC, Warner's are taking more of a backward step, whereas Marvel have been doing solo movies and then Avengers, solo movies, Avengers, all that sort of stuff. Whereas here, Warner's are sort of like doing a bit, you know, okay, we've done Man of Steel, right, now let's jump into Batman v Superman, let's bring in some extra Justice League characters, then we'll get Suicide Squad, which is going to be DC's equivalent to like Guardians of the Galaxy. That is DC's massive risk. Suicide Squad is going to be a huge risk for Warner's and DC. Got to get it right. I'm not saying copy the same formula of what Marvel did with Guardians of the Galaxy, but fuck, get it right, okay? Just get it right. Just include Harley Quinn, and we're sweet, okay? We're good. Wonder Woman, be interested to see how her solo outing is going to go. Justice League Part 1, oh, good lord. Yeah, then obviously The Flash, Aquaman, Shazam, Justice League Part 2, Cyborg and Green Lantern, oh my god. I could talk about this for days, but I'm not going to bore you for that amount of time, because you know what I'm like. I could literally talk about it for days, but we're not going to get into it. So I'm going to leave it there. and I want you to tell me what you all think. And I'm sure I've seen a lot of comments of tweets and stuff, and I'm still not sold on Ezra Miller about the Flash. That's my only downside. That is the only downside for me. I have no idea who he is. I've not seen him in anything. So, and I sort of did Google him, and this one main picture, he looks like a girl. He really does look like a girl. I actually thought I was staring at a woman at one point. So I thought, what? But no, we'll see. We'll see. And I hope he gets the blonde hair. I know that Grant Gustin hasn't got the blonde hair on the TV show, but let's hope they do it for Ezra anyway. He better dye his hair blonde, otherwise it'll be head on. But yeah, anyway, thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye.